today. This is your boy Roto Beast. I'm here with my boy Jeremy. We're here to present you our MLB On Deck segment for Monday, July 1st. If you're new to this channel, please make sure and click the subscribe button below. This way you can watch all of our MLB, NBA, and NFL videos. If you haven't come and checked out our website here at dfscheatsheet.com, you're absolutely missing out. We have all the tools to help you compete with the pros day in and day out, including a complete optimizer, tons of content, daily FanDuel and DraftKings cash lineups. Hey, we're truly a one-stop shop for all your DFS needs. So make sure to come check out the site here at dfscheatsheet.com. So, hey, what up, Jeremy? How you been, man?
Yeah, I've been good, man. How you been?
Man, I've been crazy, busy. A lot of stuff going on. Still trying my best to get all this stuff done. I don't want to get too much off track, but I just, the NBA is my favorite sport. And, man, what a first day of free agency yesterday. It was a lot of excitement and a lot of fun.
I honestly didn't think it was that exciting, to be honest with you. I mean, you kind of knew going into it that Durant was leaving. It was just going to be a matter of where.
I like when people start leaving and stuff, like changes of scenery. There was a lot of that yesterday.
Yeah, but there was only really two shockers, and really only one. The D'Angelo Russell thing was a shocker. That was like oh shit,
yeah,
what?
Sure.
But the rest of them were kind of like you kind of knew what was coming. You know what I mean? Like the next one that's going to shock everybody is when Kawhi says he's going to go to the Nets as well. I think that's going to shock people.
Kawhi going to go to the Nets?
Look, they've been saying for the last 3 days that Durant and Leonard have had serious discussions about teaming up. I think getting Kyrie Irving there was a bonus because it was like a default. Kyrie Irving was the first guy that was going to go there. And I think that if Kyrie Irving went out and got – really what happened yesterday was I think Durant wanted to go to the Knicks, but the Knicks said, no, we don't trust his ACL. We're not going to offer you a max deal.
Right.
So no max deal. He took max money, and he clearly the reports that came out of Golden State that he was upset with them and their organization and their medical staff, and he clearly blames them for his Achilles injury. He bolted. So – The thing that's shocking to me, to be honest with you, is that Klay Thompson's getting $190 million. That's shocking.
Right.
That's a lot of money, man.
Yeah, no, I get you. There was a couple people that are like, they got signed to deals yesterday, and I'm like, how the hell did that guy get that much money?
Because that's how much money the NBA has to spend right now.
Right. It's crazy. It's really, really crazy. But, yeah, man, let's get back on track. We got a 5-game slate today.
Do you think Kawhi's going to the Lakers?
I want him to go to the Lakers so bad, bro. So bad. I mean, I think it'd be dangerous for sure.
So the Lakers, this is going to be the third year, maybe the fourth year that they've done exactly what they did yesterday, which is offers. They roll the dice. They try to offer somebody less money than what they're worth to come be a part of this team based on the premise that we're going to go get this guy and this guy to make this team a super team, right? They struck out the first 2 years. Then they got LeBron last year. They finally pulled off a trade. They got Anthony Davis. Everybody, all the talks were that D'Angelo Russell wanted to return. However, they could not offer Kawhi Leonard a max deal and offer D'Angelo Russell a max deal. So they offered D'Angelo Russell a booty contract, and he took off and took the money, went to Golden State. If they don't get Kawhi Leonard, who are they going to fill this team with?
Right. Yeah, no, I get you. We got to get Leonard. I mean, but
I hope Leonard says no, because I think there's so many good guys out there. There's 200 free agents. I think there's so many good guys that you could spend that $32 million on and build an unbelievable team with supporting cast players like a JJ Redick.
Yeah, Redick just got signed.
Did Redick sign?
Yeah, he went to the Pelicans.
So the Pelicans got Derek. The Pelicans lost Julius Randle to the Knicks, and then they've got Favors back, and who else?
Oh, they got Redick on a 2-year deal.
So that's gonna be a fun team, man.
Yeah,
they're gonna be a fun team.
So hey, man, let's talk some baseball today. I'm actually really curious. I was looking at this slate, and I'm really curious what pitchers you like on this slate. It's kind of a little bit rough pitching slate. So, as always, this video is a little bit more of an overview. We'll get you a general idea of kind of where we're at on this slate earlier in the day. If you want a more in-depth analysis on today's slate, Jeremy will be back a little bit later with his deep dive segment. I'll have my core plays videos up for today. We got a couple other stuff up for MLB as well. NHL also on the weekends we have NASCAR, PGA, MMA when they're applicable. So hey man, check out the site dfscheatsheet.com. And are you ready to talk some baseball?
Yeah, let's go.
Cool. So I'm gonna get into some bats, and then you can kind of round us off with pitchers. And if there's some other bats that I didn't like, or that I didn't target or whatnot, you can definitely jump in and help me out with that. So I'm gonna get started first. I like the Tampa Bay Rays. That's his first spot that I'm gonna go with. They get a matchup against this guy Tom Eichelman. He's making his debut today. Tampa Bay's been a team that we target a lot earlier in the year. They started off the season very, very hot. And then they kind of went into I'm not going to say a massive team slump, but they kind of slowed down their production that they were earlier in the year. I'm going to go right back to the well today. I think they're in a good spot, like I said, against this guy, Eichelman. They're at home, and there's some guys that we could definitely target in that lineup. So Tampa Bay, they're a team that I'm definitely going to be looking at. A couple guys that I'm liking. Brandon Lowe's having a good season. Tommy Pham. Meadows gives us a little upside. Kiermaier gives us a little upside as well. A lot of people have been playing the guy Cho, but he's not one of the guys that really gives you the super upside in this lineup. Definitely think that if you're making stacks, you can feel him out. Batting in that 3-hole, he's going to get some RBI opportunities. Then I'm going to move on. The next team I'm going to look at, I actually really like. I like both sides of this game, so I'll start with the Angels side first. Angels, they get a matchup against your boy Mike Minor. 36.
Hey, bro.
Talk to me.
I hate to interrupt you, but there's another trade in the NBA.
What happened now?
The Blazers got Hassan Whiteside for Maurice Harkless and Myers Leonard.
Oh, dang. That's a good pickup. But the problem is they have three big. Is Cantor still there?
I believe Cantor's a free agent, is he not?
Oh, okay. Is he? I have to look that one up. But then they got Nurkic trying to recover from his injury.
He's probably going to miss half the year, though. That's crazy. They got Whiteside. That's nuts.
Yeah.
All right. I'm sorry. My bad.
You're good. No problem at all. Yeah, so I'm going to start with, like I said, I like both sides of this game. You got the Angels and you got Texas. I'll start with the Texas side of things. They get a matchup against Jose Suarez. 36% hard contact rate, 267 ISO to lefties, 280 ISO to righties. You can definitely look at both sides of the plate. I don't feel like this guy's a very good pitcher in Jose Suarez. Guys standing out. I mean, Chu, he's a guy that I always look to play. A little bit of power upside, a little bit of stolen base upside. DeShields, Andrus, Mazzara. Those guys are definitely in play. You got Gallo back in the lineup. Guy has double dog upside any night. Great play right there. You can even look at Zubo Cabrera. He's having a pretty good season. Overall, I definitely think that he's in play. Lastly, you could always, if you want to kind of go from the bottom up, you can always throw Rougned Odor in there as well. We know the upside that he gives us. And then on the Angel side of things, they get a matchup against Mike Minor, a lefty, 36% hard contact rate, 0.082 ISO to lefties, 126 ISO to righties. I will make it clear that I do like the Texas side a little bit more in this matchup, but they are in Texas, a really good hitter's park. It's really hot around baseball. I think that, balls can be flying both sides. The guys for the Angels really standing out. Mike Trout definitely in play. Otani's having a really good season. Justin Upton back in the lineup. Pujols is coming on the cheaper end. Simmons, Cole Calhoun. Even, you got La Stella batting in the bottom of the order. He's been showing some power upside this year. So I definitely think both sides are in play in this game. Then I'm going to go to Cincinnati. Cincinnati, they're a team that they're not having the best season, but they've been swinging some solid bats lately. They get a matchup at home. Great America Small Park. We've liked targeting this park, for the past couple years, and I'm not going to stop now. I've been going back to that well a little bit this year. Cincinnati, like I said, they haven't been a flashy team, but they're starting to pick it up. They get a matchup against Adrian Hauser. Is that how you say it?
Yeah, Hauser. Yeah.
Yeah, Hauser. He gives up a 41% hard contact rate, 184 ISO to lefties. He has 100 ISO to righties, so you want to look at him a little bit more with the lefties. And hey, the Reds have some good lefties. You got Votto, you got Scooter Gennett, Winker's a lefty, he's in play. Peraza's a switch hitter. And then you can even throw in some of the righties, complete your stack as Suarez. Puig's been playing pretty good. Reds are in play. On the flip side of things, small slate. I mean, there's only 10 teams to choose from. I think you got to consider Milwaukee as well. That on the other side, getting a matchup against Taylor Mahle. We talked about the park. It's a very good hitters park. Mahle gives up a 38% hard contact rate, 282 ISO to lefties, 107 ISO to righties. So you definitely want to target him with the lefties. We're looking at Grandal. That's his power side. Christian Yelich, Moustakas. Eric Thames is starting to pick it up a little bit, swinging a really good bat. He's in play. And you could always throw in Lorenzo Cain. He's just a really good hitter in general. So I like him as well. And that's really where I'm at with bats, just to kind of round it off for you. Some teams that really stood out to me was Tampa Bay against the guy making a debut. Both sides of the Texas game in a really good hitter's environment, Texas and the Angels. And then the same thing with Cincinnati. Both sides, really good hitting environment. Milwaukee and Cincinnati both in play. Kind of, did I miss any teams that you were looking at, and kind of where you at pitching wise? That's why I'm really curious.
Did you miss any teams? I mean, like I always say, bro, I just need to talk to you about where the chalk's going to be on a daily basis. But that's what you do. You're a cash game guy. So having said that, I will tell you this: if there's kind of in my opinion, there's kind of a standard stance that people take on rookie pitchers, and that's to stack against them. And the last 2 days, I've put in our Discord a breakdown on 2 rookies who debuted. One yesterday for the Minnesota Twins and one Saturday for the Tampa Bay Rays. And I don't think anybody outside of baseball nerds like myself knew who the hell these guys were. Brendan McKay was the first one, and then Thorpe yesterday. Thorpe's outing got cut a little bit short based off of that game and the nasty storm that rolled in there. But I believe he had 5 Ks through 3 innings when that game delayed. And then Brendan McKay, who had 5 1/3 no-hit innings, went 6 innings, gave up 1 hit, struck out 3. He's the real deal. Brendan McKay, a 4th overall pick. His salary was $5,500 Saturday, and I recommended going big on him. I had 70% McKay on Saturday, and it was really fun to watch. So having said that, Thomas Eshelman is going to start today. We talk all the time about sometimes guys just, you know what I mean? Like things can happen. They start going bad. They just need to get a change of scenery. So Eshelman was drafted in the 2nd round by the Astros, the 46th overall pick back in 2015. He was just traded from the Phillies organization. He was traded in a Vince Velasquez deal from Houston to Philadelphia. Vince Velasquez going with him to Philadelphia. His first year in the minors, though, he pitched at AAA, was 13-3 with a 2.40 ERA. That was in 17. 18 last year, I don't know what happened to this guy, but he went 2-13 with a 5.84 ERA. So he pitched for the same team, the same AAA team, and the same league. 1 year goes 13-3, the next year goes 2-13. This year, he's just been traded by Philadelphia to Baltimore. Since he's got to Baltimore, he's won in their AAA organization. He's 1-1 with a 2.77 ERA, 23 strikeouts in those 2 games he's pitched. So he's got a 1.35 whip. Look, I'm not saying you need to go all out on this guy because he's been a little up and down. I will say this. I've made a big deal this year about guys with good numbers from a pitching standpoint in AAA because for the first time ever, AAA, they're using the same baseball that they're using in Major League Baseball. I know that sounds weird to say, but the baseball has not always been the same. We see how hot the Major League Baseball is this year. It's equally as hot. Some of these leagues, like the Pacific Coast League, you take a look at another guy pitching for the Padres tonight, and Logan Allen coming out of the Pacific Coast League. Not great numbers, but if you know that he's pitching in the Pacific Coast League with a bunch of small ballparks, and you know this guy's one of their top prospects, he's been really good since he's come up. Really good. Padres have a really good young pitching staff. So Eshelman's a guy I think on this slate that you can be very contrarian with. You can get a little bit of field leverage because, like I said, I think the standard stance against rookie pitchers is let's just stack against him. He's a rookie. We don't know shit about him. Let's just stack against him. So don't be surprised if this guy goes out, throws up 5 innings, maybe gives up a couple of runs. Don't be surprised if he gets blown up. From a tournament standpoint, with only 5 games on the slate, Eshelman is a good way to try to get leverage on the field. I don't think people will own him. Another way to get leverage on the field is not listed as a starter is Ryan Yarbrough. But Ryan Yarbrough is expected to be the guy that comes in today for the bulk of relief. A lot of people like to use Yarbrough now that they're aware that you can go get a guy and put him in your lineups and all this, and there's people's optimizers using them, guys that are not starting or not confirmed starters, right? Baltimore is really hot. They've just smashed Cleveland basically over 2 of those 3 games, 3 of those 4 games. They just absolutely smashed them. Don't be surprised. You look at the numbers for Baltimore against left-handed pitching, it's not bad. You look at the expected WOBAs, etc. That's another way you can get field leverage on this slate. There are some obvious spots. I know you said you like the Angels quite a bit, or the Rangers quite a bit more than the Angels, but look, the Angels don't strike out, man. They have the lowest K percentage as a team in baseball. They still have against left-handed pitching. They've got a 166 ISO, a WRC plus of 98. Their K percentage is 16.5. I think a ton of people are going to default Mike Minor today, thinking that it's Mike Minor. He's had a good season. He's the most expensive option on the slate. Let's load up Mike Minor today. He is pitching in Texas. We know what that ballpark does give up. You're going against a team that puts the ball in play at a very high rate. They just don't strike out. I mean, by far the lowest K percentage in baseball is the Angels, 16.5%. So they've just been beat up by the A's at home. I look for them to go back out on the road today and look to do something good. Yes, Mike Minor's been good, but today's a day to be contrarian, in my opinion, and go against what everybody else is going to do. I also think that you may be able to load up a little bit of Jeff Samardzija today. He does get a bump. There's a ton of right-handed bats in this lineup for the Padres. There's not a lot of lefties, but there is right-handed power. So I do like both sides of that. I'm not sure if you mentioned the Padres, but I do like the Padres as well. They've been hot over the weekend as well.
Yeah, for sure. I think today's a day we talk about. Sometimes there's obvious cash game slates. Sometimes there's more GPP slates. And I think today is a little bit more of a GPP slate based on the pitching and kind of just, kind of what's going down. But, hey, like I said in the very beginning, you want a more in-depth analysis on today's slate, make sure to check out the site, dfscheatsheet.com. And, hey, good luck on your guys' contest tonight, and peace out, fellas.